Okay, so this video is going to be about the 10-20 placements. So starting off, we're going to mark the nasen, which is the top, like bridge of your nose, parallel to both your eyes. So I'm doing it right there. That's the nose. And then we're going to mark the inion, which is at the back of the head. So if you take your finger and you go up, there should be an indent. Now we're going to do the left and right preauricular points. So these points are right in front of your ear. Okay, so the first section of measurements is going to be front to back, the center line of measurements. So first we're going to find CZ. So we're going to measure the whole distance from the nasen to the inion and divide that by 2. So we measured 40 centimeters. Divide by 2 is 20 centimeters. So you can see now that I'm marking the center. Now we're going to find FPZ, which stands for prefrontal, and we're going to take that whole distance of the nasen and inion and divide by 10. So 40 is the whole distance, divided by 10 is 4 centimeters. So you're going to mark FPZ like near the front of the head. Now we're going to find OZ. So we're going to take the distance of the nasen and inion and subtract from answer 3, which is the 10% of the distance, the inion and nasen. So we're going to take 40 minus 4 equals 36. Okay, so now we're going to find FZ. So you're going to measure FPZ to CZ and divide that whole distance by 2. So I got 16 and divide by 2, which is 8. Now we're going to find PZ, and I should note that FZ and PZ should be the same length from CZ. So you can do the exact same thing, but on the other side. So go from OZ to CZ, take the whole distance and divide by 2. So got 16 again, and divide by 2, and I get 8 centimeters. So the second section of measurements is from side to side. So first thing, we're going to find what true CZ is. So we're going to measure from the left preauricular point to the right preauricular point and divide that whole distance by 2. So I got 37 divided by 2 is 18.5. So that would be in the center. Now we're going to find T3. So T3 is going to be on the left side. If it's an odd number, left side. Even number, right side. If it has a Z in the name, then it's in the center line. So getting back to what I was saying, T3. So we're going to take the whole distance of the left to right preauricular point and divide it by 10. So we're going to do 37 divided by 10, which is 3.7. And so we're going to go from start off from the left point, put your measuring tape at 0, and measure up 3.7, and then go to the right point and go up plus 3.7, and you should get your points T3 and T4. right? So now we're going to find C3. So we're going to measure the distance from T3 to CZ and divide that by 2. So I got 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, and you'll find a lot, do the exact same measurements on the other side to find C4. So we're going to measure T4 to CZ and divide by 2. So we can get 15 divided by 2, and we're going to get 7.5 again. The third section of measurements is the circumference. So getting right into it, we're going to find the true OZ. So you're going to measure the circumference of the heads at 10% points and divide the total distance by 2. So what I mean by 10% points, we're just going to pass through the pink and light blue points and not the green points. And so the total circumference I got was 63.5. Divide that by 2 and we get 31.5. So now we're going to find points O1 and O2. So we need the total circumference, divide by 10, and then divide by 2. So total circumference is 63.5 divided by 10 would be 6.3, but I'm just going to round that to 6, divided by 2 is round to 3. So I'm going to go to OZ and plus 3 with my measuring tape and get O1, which is on the left side, and do the same thing on the right side. Go plus 3 to on the right side and get O2. So now we can do the same thing but on the front. So we have to find FP1 and FP2, and we're going to get 5% of the total circumference. So we're going to do 63.5 divided by 10, round it, 6 divided by 2, 3, and starting from the middle point, which is like the light blue, I'm going to go plus 3 on the left and then plus 3 on the right to get our points prefrontal 1 and prefrontal 2. So now we're going to find F8. So measure the distance from prefrontal 2 to T4 and divide the whole distance by 2. So I got 12.5 divided by 2, which is 6.2, but I'm going to round it to 6. So moving on to the right side, we're going to find T6. So for this, we're going to measure from T4 to O2 and divide by 2. So I got 12.5 divided by 2 rounds to 6. So mark that point. Now we're moving on to the left side and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to measure the distance from prefrontal 1 to T3 and divide the distance by 2. So I got 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Now we're going to find T5, measure the distance from T3 to O1 and divide by 2. So I got 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Okay, so the fourth section of measurements is sagittal. You can think of sagittal lines as the red lines on a baseball. So we're going to start off on the left side and we're going to find the points true C3 and the new points F3 and P3. So first let's find the true C3. So we're going to measure from prefrontal 1 to O1. I got 28. Divide that by 2, 14, which is the true C3. So now we're going to take 14 and divide by 2, and that is going to be F3 at 7 centimeters. And so we know that the distance P3 and and F3 are the same distance away from the true C3. So we're going to take 14 plus 7 equals 21, which would be the P3 measurement. Now we're going to do the exact same measurement on the other side. So we'll be finding true C4 measurement and then the new points F4 and P4. So like we did on the other side, we're going to measure from prefrontal 2 to O2. That whole distance was 28. Divided by 2 is 14. Measure that as the true C4 measurement. Now we're going to take the 14 number from the true C4 measurement and divide that by 2, and we're going to get 7 centimeters, which is position F4, and take 14 plus 7 equals 21, which is the point for P4, and those are all the basic measurements for the 1020 system electrode distances. Hey guys, if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching till the end. Just a really quick review of what we learned. You're going to start off marking the inion and nasion and the left and right preeclair point. Then you're going to do the blue dots, which is back and forth measurements. Second is side to side. Those are the pink dots. Third is the orange dots, doing the circumference, and the last section of measurements is the sagittal, which is the yellow points. Please subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about neurofeedback.